My dear friends, my name is K. Umesh Rao. Today's subject is Real Estate Regulation Development Act and Rera Authority. We are going to study what is Rera Act, what is the object of the Rera Act, and salient features of Rera, how the authority, Rera Authority, is constituted, term of the office of the chairperson and members, removal of chairperson and members. What is the procedure? What is the reasons? Functions of the Rera Authority for promotion of real estate sector. Functions of the Rera Authority, fundamental functions. Booking procedure of appointment. Power of the authority to call for information, conduct investigations. Power to issue interim orders. Power to issue directions and recovery of interest or penalty or compensation and enforcement of order. The Rera Act came into effect on 1st May 2017. Both central and state government has to enforce it. Rera is a regulatory authority. This act applies to residential flats as well as commercial buildings. The government shall, within the period of 1 year from the date of coming into force of the Act, establish an authority known as Real Estate Regulating Authority. This Act relates to promoters, builders, constructors, house buyers, allottees, residential welfare association, real estate agents, property dealers and agents, housing finance society. After the establishment of the regulatory authority, all the provisions, all the previous applications, all the previous complaints, pending cases, all should be transferred to the Rera Authority. Rera Authority is a body corporate having perpetual succession, common seal. Rera Authority can acquire, hold, dispose of property, both movable and immovable. And it can enter into contract in the said name and it can sue and be sued. What is the object of the Rera? It addresses the grievances of the buyers and members. Purpose is to maintain accountability in the real estate business. Before the formation of the Rera Authority, there was no accountability in the real estate business. Promoters used to collect money of advances from the buyers as they like, and they used to invest this money in some other projects. In this way, the buyers are the real sufferers. So after the introduction of the Rera Authority, all the promoters, builders has to maintain accounts in the real business. By this way, it will give a boost to the domestic buyers for the real estate. It increases the foreign investment. Foreign investors believe in the Rera Authority and they will put money. It increases the confidence of buyers because introduction of Rera Authority, accountability has come into existence. Promoters are not permitted to withdraw money, advance money received from the buyers as they like. They can withdraw only 10% of the cost of the building of the plot. No complete payment can be instructed without agreement. They have to deposit 70% of the amount in a separate bank, withdrawal of the money permitted stage-wise, and that promoter has to obtain certificate of engineers and chartered accountants and architects. So it increases the confidence of the buyer. It provides single window clearance of projects. It provides for timely completion of the project and project planning can be made. It provides transparency in the projects. So defective construction means promoter has to compensate even in the case of imposition of penalty also. Now the features of Rera. Establishment authority in any state for the purpose of monitoring and adjudicating disputes. Rera is a monitoring authority. The purpose of establishment of Rera is speedy disposal of adjudication matters. The purpose is the establishment of the fast track disputes courts. Registration under Rera is compulsory. No real estate business can be conducted without obtaining registration. Rera authority has the power to refuse registration. It can cancel registration also. The Rera authority has to compulsorily upload relevant information in the website. In website, the following information has to be uploaded by the Rera authority. Types of the apartments, plots booked and list of the approval taken. So, Rera authority has to take action on any application within 30 days of time. Now, constitution of Rera authority. Composition of authority. The authority shall consist of one chairperson and two whole-time members to be appointed by the government. What is the qualification of chairperson? What is the qualification of the members? The chairperson and other members of the authority are appointed by the appropriate government on the recommendation of the selection committee. Who are all the persons coming under the selection committee? The selection committee consists of Chief Justice of the High Court or his nominee, Secretary of the Department dealing with housing and law and secretary. So, professional experience of at least 20 years in the case of chairperson in the field of urban development, housing, real estate development, infrastructure, economics. For a case of members, 15 years experience in the field of urban development, housing, real estate development, infrastructure, economics. These persons should be technical experts from the relevant fields like planning, law, commerce, accountancy, industry, management, social service, public affairs, and administration. Term of the office of the chairperson and members. The chairperson and members shall hold office for a term not exceeding 5 years from the date on which they enter upon their office until they attain the age of 65 years. They shall not be eligible for reappointment. Removal of chairperson and members. How can they be removed? Under what ground they can be removed? The government may remove the chairperson or members from the office if he has been adjudged as insolvent, if he become financially bankrupt or pauper, if he has been convicted of an offence involving moral turpitude, if he has become physically, mentally incapable of acting as a member, if he has acquired such financial interest and it likely to affect his function in the Rera authority, if he has abused the position as to render the continuation of office is against the public interest, the chairperson or member shall not be removed from office without inquiry made by the judge of the High Court. He has to be informed the charges against him. He should be given a reasonable opportunity of personal hearing. Now, what is the functions of the Rera authority? Rera authority has the main functions as well as functions of the Rera authority toward the promotion of real estate sector. First, we will know what is the promotions of the Rera authority for promotion of real estate sector. These functions, the Rera authority must make recommendations to the government in order to facilitate the growth and promotion of the real estate sector. It has to protect the interest of allottees, promoter and real estate agent. Rera authority has to create a single window system for clearance for timely completion of the project. Rera authority has to create a grievance redressal mechanism against the omission and commissions of its officers. It has to take measures to encourage investment in the real estate sector. It has to take measures to increase the financial assistance to affordable housing segment. It has to take measures to encourage construction of environmentally sustainable and affordable housing and supply of construction materials, fixtures, fittings, and construction techniques. It has to make measures to facilitate conciliation of disputes between the promoters and allottees through dispute settlement forums. It has to take measures to facilitate digitization of the land records system. These are all concerned with the promoters. Now, functions of the Rera authority. Authority has to register, that means registration of unit, and regulate the real estate project and real estate agent. Authority to publish and maintain website records and public viewing for all the real estate projects for which registration is given. Authority to maintain a database on its website for public viewing. In this database, it has to enter the name and photos of the promoters as defaulters, details of the registration revoked, details of the promoters penalized, authority to fix standard fees to be levied for each area under its jurisdiction, authority to ensure compliance of its regulation or orders or directions, and RERA authority has to furnish project details. Now, what is the booking procedure under RERA authority? Promoter cannot accept more than 10% of the cost of the plot or building. Without agreement, no complete payment. Payment of money only in installment. Promoter has to deposit 70% of the amount collected in a separate account. Withdrawal of money is permitted only stage-wise. What is the conditions for withdrawal? Withdrawal of amount is permitted only after obtaining certification of engineers, chartered accountants, architects. Promoter has to obtain an insurance regarding the title of land and construction. Promoter has no right to transfer the plot without the consent of 3/4 of the members, plus approval from the RERA is also necessary. Promoter has to compensate for defective construction, and aggrieved party may make complaint. Penalty 5% of the estimated cost. The purpose of the penalty is to protect the investors and persons who gave land to the projects. Power of the authority to call for information and conduct investigation. RERA authority can call upon any promoter or any allottee or any real estate agent to furnish information relating to the affairs of the business in writing. The RERA authority has the same power of the civil court in respect to the following matters: discovery and production of books of accounts, issue of summons, enforcing attendance of persons, examining them oath, and issuing commissions for the examination of witnesses. What is the meaning of commission? Commission means authority will appoint one person to visit the field and make examination of documents or witnesses. Power to issue interim orders. If the authority is satisfied that an act in contravention of provisions has been committed and continuously be committed, the authority may, by order, restrain that person from carrying on such act within the conclusion of inquiry or until the conclusion of inquiry. That means, if authority is satisfied, there is a contravention of provisions committed by a promoter. So, authority then it will make an order to such person to restrain from carrying such act until the conclusion of inquiry. Power to issue directions. Authority, for the purpose of discharging its functions, issue such a direction to the concerned authorities as may consider necessary, and it is binding on all the concerned. Authority of recovery of interest or penalty or compensation and enforcement of order. Any person fails any interest, fail to pay any interest, fail to pay any penalty, fail to pay any compensation imposed on him, it shall be recoverable from them as arrears of land revenue. Thank you.